Hello, my name is Valdy Shorts, and welcome back to Dream Daddy. Let's get going. We got a lot of dates to do before the end of the month.
Welcome.
Okay, we just did Matt. Let's do Joseph if we're going in the same order we did last time. I think that's what the order was. I don't know, it was a long time ago. Be generous and kind to everyone. It's been a long day of clipping coupons. Looks like there's a sale on boxed brownie mix. That reminds me. I wonder what Joseph's up to. I should see if he wants to hang out. Or if he wants to go to the store with me and use these coupons. Looks like he's online. Hey Joseph, wanna hang? It takes a moment for Joseph to respond. Valdy, I hope you've finally recovered from your brownie-induced coma, and I know I promised you a fun hang, but tonight I'm actually chaperoning a youth group mixer. Amanda's invited, of course. If you're not doing anything, you should come. Oh, that sounds nice. And be a chaperone with me, because I need the help. Less nice. I think for a moment, I'm a little bummed out, of course. I suppose I just want some me and Joseph time. Maybe to get to know him a little better? Ah, what the heck. My friend needs my help. I type back. Buddy, if you need me, you got me. Just tell me where I need to be tonight. Joseph lets me know the details. It starts pretty soon. I should get going. Get ready. I knock on Amanda's door and peek in. Hey Amanda, I'm about to head out. Where are you off to? Are you gonna go extreme couponing? I'm actually going to go chaperone this youth mixer dance thing that's happening at Joseph's church. He says you're invited, but if you don't want to, I'll cover for you. You know what? I'm down. Maybe I can make some new friends. That's a good attitude. But I'll have you know that I'm mostly doing this for potential free food. Thank you, Amanda. You get 4 daughter points today. Can I trade them in for a daughter lava lamp? Sorry, you only have enough for a daughter spider ring. Or some of those daughter's plastic jumpy frogs. I like those things. They try their hardest. It's inspirational. We arrive at the church to find that nobody's there. There are decorations and balloons and banners and everything, but no youths. I've been to a couple dances in my life, and not that I want to paint myself as some sort of dance expert, but generally dances require people. Does anyone see this happening right here? This is the best I've ever seen. And those people need to be dancing. All of a sudden, Joseph jogs up to us. He looks frazzled. You're here. I need your help. Joseph gestures to one of the hand-painted banners hanging above the church doors. It reads, Jesus is coming. Yikes. Well, that's certainly a thing. God made all things, Amanda. Except for that banner. Ernest made that. I genuinely can't tell if he meant that maliciously or if he just can't spell good. You know what? God also forgives. He forgives teenager and he never ever breaks their box mods. Are you going to break Ernest's box mod? No, Amanda, that would be a sin. I think it's the one right after sloth. Valdy, I need your help getting this down before anyone sees it. No, let everyone see Jesus is coming. I can swing that. Amanda, can you help? Physical labor, huh? Amanda begins rapidly scanning the most empty room looking for an escape route of her own. I have to go set up the food. The food's already set up. I'm gonna do a final inspection pass on the food to make sure it's up to code. I'm gonna eat your food. Amanda is able to bolt away before myself or Joseph can get in another word. Well, she can really book it when she wants to. Her father was a giant pair of legs. I dated some giant arms once, but it turned out that they were alright. You must have been devastated.
Oh.
It was Armageddon. No, I get it.
Yeah.
I'll workshop it. There's a gem in there somewhere.
Wow.
I'm really glad you're here, Valdi. Are you enjoying my company, or did you just lure me out here for my strong arms and height advantage?
Yeah.
A little of both. It's always something with you, Joseph.
Nice.
Something handsome and pious. You're not that pious. Debatable. You just alluded to breaking a child's vape pen.
Oh.
I would have lost the debate. You ready to do this? Let's make some magic happen. Magic isn't real, Valdi. God said that. God was also a bush one time. True. Joseph and I grab a stepladder and walk over to Ernest's banner. That turd Ernest had one final trick up his sleeve. Looks like this nightmare is stapled and taped 6 ways from Sunday. Any ideas?
Oh, cracker bills.
What happened to your strong arms and height advantage? Right, I forgot about those. But I realized my oversized dad fingers are far too large to get leverage on the tiny staples. You got a hammer I can use to pry these off? Baldy, this is a church. We get a little nervous around hammers. And nails. I'm kidding. We just don't have a hammer.
Hey.
But you have to hurry. The youths will be here any moment, and I'll never hear the end of it if we don't fix this. Wait, I have an idea. I run to grab the marker that Ernest used to draw this thing and jump back on the ladder. We can't get it down, but we can send a different message. I only got one shot here. Let's do it right. Jesus is coming. Jesus is cumin. Jesus isn't coming. Jesus is calming. I think he would mostly appreciate Jesus is calming. I'm able to turn the U and the A into an L somehow. It's a little tight, but it works. Yes, I got the eggplants. Well, that's true, I guess. Bask in his calming presence. Joseph, relax. Crisis averted. Let's just hope the U's don't notice. Joseph checks his watch. The DJ should be here by now. Just then, the door swings open and a man struts in with his DJing equipment.
Kirk Douglas.
Wait, you're not the usual guy. What happened to Evan? Evan knew exactly when to play the Cupid Shuffle.
Hey!
Hey, I'm not Evan. Evan sold all his DJ equipments to backpack through Europe, so I'm filling in for him. I do envy him, though. What I would give to drop everything and start over. Haha.
Yeah.
Are you alright?
I am.
Alright, I'm better than alright. I'm DJ Spin Master Quinn. He sighs heavily.
Sad Master Quinn.
I usually do trivia nights, but I moonlight on the 1s and 2s to give myself a sense of purpose in life. Is he okay?
Yeah.
Well, you'll have to do. You have a playlist of fun songs that you will like that won't inspire impure thoughts or tempt them into the dark side, right?
Whoa.
The DJ thinks for a moment.
That's the good
Believe me,
stuff.
buddy, I got what you need.
Hey.
Okay, great. I'll let you get set up. The DJ leaves. Let's keep an eye on this one. He sounded like he was just gonna play Creep by Radiohead on repeat. After some time, kids from the community start filling into the dance hall. Some of them seem to notice our sign hack, but they don't seem to care. Most of the kids group off into tiny clusters, standing in circles and casting sideways glances at the other groups of teens. Man, I do not miss being a teenager at social functions. Hey, party people! Everyone in the room turns their attention to the DJ.
Spin Master.
DJ Spin Master Quinn coming at you with the sound that people want. We're off to a good start.
All right.
This next tune goes out to all the ladies in the audience. Ladies, let me hear you say yeah. A few half-hearted yeahs echo through the crowd.
All right.
All right.
Ha-ha.
He sighs again.
I am.
Man, it's been a heavy couple days. This next one's actually just for my wife, Sandra. I hope we can work things out, my little honeysuckle vine.
Now, who wants
The
to listen
DJ
to
begins
Radiohead?
playing Creep by Radiohead.
Yeah.
Amanda slides up to me, pizza in one hand and punch in the other. Creep, huh? Bold choice for a youth group. Let's see where he goes with this. After the song finishes, he plays Creep again. Is the DJ crying? If you want to watch the kids really closely, you can catch them cringe every time Tom York swears. There they go. Maybe we should do something about this. Joseph runs up to us. He's killing the vibe. They're listening to swears, sad swears. We have to do something. You guys should try to give him a pep talk. Maybe work him up to Everybody Hurts by R.E.M. or at the very least No Rain by Blind Melon. You want us to cheer him up? Actually, I just saw my friend, Frederico. He's from Latin. I didn't know you were taking Latin class. I'm not. So he's from the country Latin? Yes, it exists. Don't Google it. You can go, Amanda. And she's gone. Joseph and I make our way to the DJ booth where Spin Master Quinn is having a quiet cry. Hey, bud.
Hey!
Hey, my dudes, how's the party jamming? It's, not?
Alright!
Oh, I'm sorry, fellas. It's taking a moment to find my groove.
Hey!
Gotta play the sad tunes to properly appreciate the bangers, right? It's not how DJing works. Shut up and play the hits. Play the booty bumpers. It's what Jesus would have wanted. This one? Now stop me if I'm out of line here, since I've never been a DJ and don't have any current plans to become one. But I don't think that's how it works. The kids came here to have a good time. You gotta cool on the sadness.
So sad.
Hey, buddy, if it's problems you're having with... Joseph leans in close to me. What was his wife's name again? It's Sandra. If you're having problems with Sandra, I can help you too. I do counseling. It's my job here, and I'm very good at it. Oh, I don't know.
Hey?
I can tell that you're hurting. Nobody voluntarily listens to that much Radiohead on repeat unless they're really going through some tough times. Trust me, I know.
Oh.
Joseph places a hand on Spin Master Quinn's shoulder, who immediately collapses into Joseph's embrace, crying quietly.
Oh.
There, bud. It's gonna be okay. Thank you. I'll put on some dance hall anthems. You're the best, Spin Master Quinn. With yet another crisis averted, Joseph and I return to the dance floor where Amanda's waiting with an ice cream cone. They have ice cream here. Good work, Amanda. How's it looking out there? Well, for a dance, there's not a whole lot of dancing. Looks like people are starting to bail, though. This is a disaster. Don't be so hard on yourself. This ice cream? Top notch.
Oh.
I'm sorry for dragging you into this, Baldy. You and Amanda should just go home. I'm not going to make you stay here for this train wreck. It's not a disaster. We can still fix this. We can... I suddenly realize what we have to do. Amanda, get out of here. I don't think you're gonna want to be here for this or be seen with me after this.
Whoa.
Oh god, you're not going to. I throw my car keys to Amanda. I'll get a ride back with Joseph. Just remember me as I am right now, not as what I'm about to become. Amanda nods. Nice knowing you, Pops. She runs out of the door.
Oh, Kirk Douglas.
Joseph, I'm going to turn it up on the dance floor. With luck, we can get these youths into it as well. Are you in or out? Joseph stares at me. He knows what has to be done as much as I do. See you on the other side? See you on the other side. Joseph and I walk out to the dance floor in the middle of the room. The youths all stare at us, unsure what we're doing. Time to get our groove on. Let's start them off easy and work our way to the more technical stuff. Start with lawnmower, roll the dice, the worm. Let's start with roll the dice. Seems like an easy one. I pull the classic handshake and dice throw to the music. I'm a little offbeat, which is to be expected of any dad, but I think it's a nice baseline to the work from. Joseph follows along, bobbing his head to the beat. Simple but smart, that's good. I look around. Well, it looks like we've got everyone's attention. All right, Valdi, let's turn up the heat. Shopping cart, sprinkler, running man. Let's go. I always love a shopping cart.
Oh.
I push my shopping cart down the aisle, picking groceries as I go. Joseph follows my lead and starts making his way down the frozen food section. He checks expiration dates as he does. I look around at the youths. They seem to be into it. Nice work, but we'd better pick it up or we'll lose interest quick. Cabbage Patch, windmill, hammer slide. Do we want a Cabbage Patch? Let's windmill.
Lawrence of Arabia.
I see break dancers do this, so it shouldn't be too hard. I jump on the floor and try to spin my legs around. I am sure this does not look appealing. That doesn't look appealing. I look around at these. They are not appealed. They're not looking too lively yet, but we can still turn it around. Oh, damn. Moonwalk. I start sliding my feet backwards. I can't tell if this looks good or not, but I think these kids have seen enough people doing moonwalks that they understand the general concept. Joseph makes a moonwalk attempt as well. Surprising. Dude pulls it off flawlessly. I look around at the youths. They're cheering. Alright, time for the big finish. Attempt to unrehearsed backflip, lift Joseph up during dancing style. Let's do that. I approach Joseph and motion that I'm about to lift him. Are you strong enough to do that? I don't know. Without regard to human safety, I summon all my might and I lift Joseph above my head. Isn't quite dirty dancing, but Joseph's a good sport and spreads his arm while I spin him in a circle. I look at the crowd. They seem to love it. I look around the room to see if we've convinced any of the youths to come to dance. Nothing, just a bunch of kids staring at us. I guess we didn't capture their hearts with the magic of dance. One of the kids yawns. Well, we gave it our best shot. I'm going to have to organize some sort of game so that they don't start making out with each other. Thanks for coming, Valdi, but I should take it from here. Oh no, I failed my date! Oh no! Should I have started with the worm? Oh no! Oh, at least it's a B. Aw, oh, man. So at least I didn't fail the date. There's that at least. It's been a long day, and yet I'm not quite ready to sleep. Usually when I feel this way, I mainline investigate TV until I pass out. But tonight, I feel like it would just make me antsy. I decide to take a relaxing stroll. After a bit of wandering, I find myself passing by Jim and Kim's. Being of legal drinking age and sound judgment, I decide to stop in. Typically, I try to limit my consumption of alcohol to set a positive example for Amanda, but I also feel a responsibility to play a role as a social agent in our community, and a watering hole such as Jim and Kim's is the perfect place to do it. Also, I desperately need a beer. Jim and Kim's is lively tonight. The patrons are milling about, and even Neil seems to be having a good time. Coming here was a good idea. As I reach to collect my beer, I see Mary at the end of the bar. She's not semi-ironically throwing herself all over anyone. In fact, she's alone. She looks so sad. A pang of guilt shoots through me. Does she know? Is this because of me? Am I a homewrecker? Say hi. I decide to go say hello. I walk over to her booth. She doesn't look up. The seat taken? She still doesn't look up. I take a seat anyway, and she finally notices me. You. Okay, this was maybe not the best idea. Hey.
Hey.
Having fun with your new best friend, Joseph? He's a great... I'm so glad. I'm so happy for you two. Mary, I'm not... I'd never accuse you of anything uncouth, Valdi. You're just having an innocent, very platonic time with my husband. A supportive friendship.
Ugh.
You're a good friend, aren't you? Yep, just a friend. That's funny. Joseph usually likes his friends to at least have a spine.
Ugh.
We can't all be as blunt as you are, Mary. So you're an expert on my marriage now? Doesn't take an expert to see that you two are miserable. I'm not trying to be an expert on your marriage. I'm just trying to be there for my friend, okay? Oh, you're there for him. I see how you look at him. I bet you're there for him a lot. She takes a long sip of her drink. This was a mistake. You know, you're really not his type. I'm surprised. Mary pays her tab and strides right out of Jim and Kim without looking back. Did I mess something up again?
Welcome. You've got dads.
Okay. Let's do... oh god. Let's do Robert. Stand up for yourself, don't let anyone disrespect you. I had a lot of fun with Robert the last time we hung out, but I'm beginning to wonder if he's dodging me. I've tried messaging him a few times, and Dagbook says he hasn't even read them. Haven't even seen him come out of his house, actually. I decide to send him one last message, figuring that this will produce the same result. Hey man, don't know where you've been, but we should grab a drink soon. I walk away from my computer because at this point I know he's not messaging me back anytime soon. I linger in the kitchen. I'm all caught up on work. The house is relatively clean. Maybe I should do something nice for Amanda. I'll bake her favorite pie. I root through the pantry and pull out all the ingredients. This is an old family recipe that I used to make with my grandmother when I was a kid. I lost the actual recipe card a long time ago, but I think I'll be able to remember how to bake it. I start mixing the ingredients together for the crust until I get a nice dough. I throw some cherries into the saucepan to make the filling. Normally I don't like to multitask in the kitchen, but this cherry pie is a piece of cake. Pie? It's a piece of pie. I'm making a pie. Aw, man, I can never remember what temperature you're supposed to set the oven at. I'm pretty sure it's 375, but I could be wrong. Who am I kidding? I'm never wrong when it comes to this pie. My special twist on my grandmother's recipe includes a secret ingredient that not even Amanda knows about. It really makes the cherries extra flavorful. God, why can't I remember what the secret ingredient is? Almond extract? Oh, it's almond extract, duh. Oops, I accidentally poured a little too much in. Way too much in. I'm sure it's fine. Baking is an art, and some of the most beautiful art is made from mistakes. I finally get the pie in the oven. How long am I supposed to leave it in there? 50 minutes? I'll just wing it. Amanda's going to be so excited. That kid loves a good pie. I have a seat in the kitchen table to do word jumbles until Amanda comes home. I can hear the door slam open. Yo, Pops, what smells like pie in here? It's pie, sweetie. Amanda darts over to the oven and looks inside.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, it's not done. Be patient. What's your angle here? What? Pies are an object-based confection. What are you trying to get out of me? Fine, you've caught me. Nothing. I've been leading a double life. Fine, you've caught me. I was hoping to butter you up so that you would take me shopping later. Maybe buy me a new tool set. Classic role reversal. I respect that. I wait a few more minutes before taking the pie out of the oven. I set it on a rack to cool it and guard it so Amanda doesn't dig into it before it's ready. Huh. What? Does it look kind of weird to you? Oh, that's just me taking an artistic license on what cherry pie means to me emotionally. I'm just saying this because, it seems like you might have baked this pie incorrectly. And you're currently, right now, trying to pass it off as a good thing. It's art, sweetie. Was it art when you accidentally baked a whole uncracked egg into the center of my 12th birthday cake? Well, Was it art when you tried to make brownies and accidentally created chlorine gas? Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration. Was it an art when you just eat the pie, Panda? I cut a few slices and we sit down to eat. The cherry filling oozes out of the sides and the buttery crust glistens. I watch as Amanda takes a bite. Ugh. What's wrong? Is it not good? Amanda winces and fans her mouth. No, I just burned the heck out of the roof of my mouth. This pie is amazing. Sorry for doubting you. I breathe a sigh of relief and take a bite. She's right, it is pretty incredible, as it always is. I'm really proud of you for making a pie without burning the new house down. I got a few dad tricks up my dad's sleeve. Maybe fathers aren't as bumbling and stupid as media makes us out to be. Maybe we, as a society, should have a little bit more respect for our fathers as a whole. Dad, your sleeve is on fire. I run to the sink and put my sleeve out. Pride will be my undoing. Amanda and I clean up the kitchen and play a little more living room hoops before she retreats to her room to do homework. I go back to my word jumbles. Hey, this one spelled cat. The rest of the evening trickles by. We eat dinner. I help Amanda with one of her scholarship applications, and we both start getting ready for bed. I decide to check Dad book one last time before I climb into bed. Still nothing from Robert. I hope he's okay. I turn out the lights and lie down. Hey. Voldy. Hey. Hey, Voldy. Hey, I'm outside. Come outside. What is that? I was just on the verge of falling asleep. I climb out of bed and try to identify the source of the dinging. My computer screen illuminates in the dark room. I walk over to it, ready to turn it off when I notice what's happening on screen. Don't make me honk. I will honk. Get out here. I look out my window and sure enough, there's Robert leaning up against his pickup truck in my driveway. I open my door to try to figure out what's going on. Hey. Hey? Wanna hang? I was kind of sleeping. That's no fun. Come hang out. I would argue that sleeping is very fun, but I don't have to be anywhere in the morning. Might as well live a little. Sure. Cool, you plan on going out like that? I look down and realize that I am, in fact, not wearing pants. I mean, I don't mind. Right, one sec. Run inside and throw on my going out pants, shoes, and jacket. I grab my keys and meet Robert back outside. Ready? Ready. Hop in. I jump into the passenger seat of his old red pickup truck. I have to move a few empty cigarette packets and gas station receipts out of the way before I can sit. Robert silently starts the car, and we drive out of the cul-de-sac.
Hey.
You like Tom Waits? Love Tom Waits. I love... Before I can answer, Robert turns up the radio. Yep, that's Tom Waits, all right. He lights a cigarette and cracks the window. We drive together in silence. So, where are we going? Robert doesn't respond. Robert? Oh, I heard you. He still doesn't answer my questions. I look out the window and notice that Robert's taking us to the highway. I twiddle my thumbs. Well, whatever I've gotten myself into, it looks like I'm in it for the night. I settle into my seat and watch the streetlights pass by. I glance over to Robert, who's driving intently. He looks tired, as he always does, but there's something a bit more there than that I just can't place. I like your car. How old is this thing? Older than you. Stop looking so nervous. I'm not nervous. I'm a little nervous. Just hang on. We're almost there. Almost where? I have no idea where we are. I think we're moving at a slight incline, but I'm not so sure. We eventually come to a stop. Robert gets out of the car and I sit for a second, unsure if he wants me to get out too. What are you waiting for? I hastily exit the car. Robert sits on the bed of his truck and pats the space next to him. I sit down and take in the view. We're on a hill overlooking the city skyline against the bay. The cool night air rustles some trees near us as lights blink in the distance. Off to the side, I can see an entrance to a dense forest. Man, it's all so gorgeous. This is where I come to masturbate. What? I'm kidding. What's wrong with you? This is my little spot where I come to think. It's nice. You can see the whole city from up here. Really gives you some perspective. Robert reaches behind him and pulls something out from under his jacket. It glints in the moonlight and I suddenly realize what it is. Oh shit, that's a knife! Oh. Please don't stab me. Robert reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small piece of wood. Please don't stab me with that either. Robert takes the knife to the piece of wood and starts carving at it. Oh. I breathe a very audible sigh of relief as Robert looks at me sideways. Did you think I was going to stab you just now? What? No? I hate to break it to you, but I did, in fact, bring you out here to harvest your organs. Laugh. I laugh. That's nervous laughter, not funny laughter. Haha, I'm having a great time. Robert reaches into his pocket and pulls out a folding knife that he opens and hands to me. I'm gonna warn you, the last guy I had a knife fight with lost 3 fingers because he didn't know the 8 basic rules of knife fighting. You're familiar, correct? I honestly can't tell when you're kidding. I'm so many levels of irony deep that I've forgotten what humor is. He and I laugh. Have you ever whittled before? Considering I'm not a grandpa, no. What do you mean by that? Well, I just thought that you would have a block of wood shipped to you along with your first social security check. Well, I'll have you know that whittling is a time-honored tradition enjoyed by both young and old alike. That you're dismissing it before you've even tried, it speaks volume about your character. However, because I've gotten to know you for some time and have come to think of us as friends, I'm willing to attribute it to ignorance instead of malice. What I'm trying to say is, go get that stick. Robert motions for a good-looking stick on the ground, perfect for potential whittling. I pick it up. The most important thing to remember while whittling is to cut with the grain, not against it. If you cut against the grain, the wood is going to splinter. Isn't the most important thing safety? No. Getting hurt comes with the territory. Look at my damn hands. I look at his damn hands. They're calloused and covered with little white scars. They're very nice hands.
Oh.
You can't make a stick omelet without breaking a few hand eggs.
Knife that wood.
Knife that wood. Okay, I got myself a knife here. I made a stick. A sharp stick, a pencil, a knitting needle. But only one? You made a useless knitting needle. Tell me about this one. Popsicle stick, tongue depressor. Tongue depressor. I should put that in my first aid kit. Never know when you might need one. You made a tongue depressor. I made a toothpick. What's the story here? Bubble popper, something to make me look tougher. It's working. I think you can take me in a fight, probably. Tough guy accessory. Chicken nugget. I don't know. Ouija board planchette. Now all you need to do is carve up a board and we're set. And also maybe carve a ghost. What is this? Nice form. What's it supposed to be? A self-portrait. Louisiana. It's you. You really captured my likeness. I'm impressed. Robert, I guess. I love Robert. Interesting. What do we have here? Chopstick righty, chopstick lefty, chopstick ambidextrous. It's a stick. Chopstick ambidextrous. What's this one gonna be? Oh, it's a swan. If you keep this up, you'll be a whittling pro in no time. New friend. He's beautiful. I'm happy for you. What's this? What are you? What are you? What are you? Did I make a horse? Wow, look at the horse! Beautiful handiwork. What do you call it? Big old dog. The spirit of the Mustang. Sir Horsington the Brave. A brave and noble name for a brave and noble creature. Beautiful gift for Amanda.
Hey.
Rob and I sit there in silence for a while, carving our pieces of wood. I think I'm getting the hang of this. It's actually kind of relaxing. I glance over to see what Robert's working on. He's carving a smaller wooden knife. Ugh! While I'm distracted, the knife slices into my thumb. Blood gushes all over my little wooden carving. Robert is lost in carving and doesn't notice me bleeding everywhere. Robert still doesn't notice. Robert, I'm dying. I'm bleeding to death. Robert finally looks over. He reaches into his jacket again. Jesus, how much stuff does this guy keep in there? And pulls out a red bandana. He wraps it around my thumb. Hold tight. He hops off the truck and I can hear him rummaging around in his car. He comes back a moment later with a well-stocked first aid kit. Robert carefully wipes all the blood off of my hands and swipes just a bit of antiseptic into the cut. With surprising gentleness, he places a bit of gauze on the wound and wraps it all up. You okay? Yeah, I'm good. He hands me what's left of the tube of antiseptic. Make sure to keep that cut clean. It's oddly touching and a little sexy. I guess I'm a real whittler now. That you are. Be careful, though. They're attracted to the smell of blood. Wait, what? What's attracted to the smell of blood? Cryptids. Tons of them out here, you know. Cryptids? Like Mothman and stuff? Mothman is bullshit, but yeah, this town's a hotbed for cryptozoological occurrences. Mothman is not bullshit. I love him. I love Mothman. You're joking. Oh, how I wish I were. I'm a skeptic myself, or at least I thought I was. There are things in these woods that we can't possibly comprehend. I think about my entire time in the city. Aside from the occasional stray coyote, I don't think it's too bad.
Hmm?
You ever heard of the Dover ghost? I don't think so.
Oh.
Well, let me tell you a story. I was out in the woods here on a weekend camping trip with Betsy. You don't know Betsy, but she's a big pit bull. Real intimidating. I feel safe around her. First night goes without incident. I get some solitude. Betsy gets to pee wherever she wants. All good stuff. Second day, I get the idea into my head that I can hike deeper into the woods, probably against my better judgment, but hey, we're just having a fun camping trip, right? So me and Betsy start marching in the morning. It gets a little late and we set up camp, but it's different this night. Real quiet. I can't hear the birds, the crickets, squirrels, nothing. Dead silence. Then it happens. I hear the most unholy growl I've ever heard in my life. Right outside my tent. Me and Betsy, we go to investigate. We look around the clearing. Nobody's there. But there's this feeling. Not sure if I can quite describe it. I know something is watching us. Betsy, though, she's scared. Never seen her like that. And when she's scared, I know that I should be too. And then I see it in the distance. A man. But if something that didn't know what a man was supposed to look like made it just looked wrong. Big, arms too long for its body, black eyes. It just stood there and stared at me. Then it disappears. I hear one yelp from Betsy and I turn around to check on her, but she's gone. Into thin air. I didn't sleep at all in my tent that night, and I don't think I've slept right since. Wow. Robert. I'm so sorry. They say that if you listen closely on quiet nights just like tonight, you can hear the howl of the Dover ghost. A howl resonates through the woods. It doesn't sound like a regular howl. It's so guttural. Even from far away, something about it makes my skin crawl. Okay, Robert, real funny. I turn to look at Robert. He's white as a sheet. You're messing with me, right? I was messing with you up until literally just now. I totally made that camping story up. I strain my eyes to scan the forest line, trying to see where the howl originated from. Off in the distance, I see something. It's so far away, I barely can make out the shape. It looks human, but it's dragging something. Do you see that? We should go. Robert and I slowly back away and get into the truck. He turns off his headlights and we make a slow crawl away, back into the road. I'm too scared to look back. What was that? The Dover ghost, I guess. I chuckle nervously. This time he doesn't seem like he's messing with me. Or maybe someone illegally dumping garbage on a wildlife preserve? Yeah, that's the story we'll tell ourselves.
Really?
We sit in silence for a while longer, the fear of whatever that was slowly subsiding as we get closer to the city.
Hey.
Thanks for coming out. This was fun. I'm sorry I haven't been in touch. I've just been in a way lately. I had to get out of the house. Had to be around somebody. You doing okay, man? Robert thinks for a second and lights another cigarette. Been doing a lot of thinking. He takes a long drag. As I get older, I feel more and more like I'm just drowning in the sea of regret. I was so busy chasing after these things that I thought would make me happy that I didn't think about anyone else. All I cared about was myself. I didn't even think... Robert stops. I wait for him to finish his thought, but he just stares at the road. Maybe I'm just built like this. Or maybe I do it to myself. Maybe it's my own choice that I'm as unhappy as I am. I try to think of something to say. I remember all the times in my life when I've been sad, and there's a great many of them, but there always was a light at the end of the tunnel, something I held on to keep me going. But there's something so resigned about the way Robert's talking. I'm glad you told me. It must have taken a lot for you to want to tell somebody this. You're a mysterious guy, Robert. You don't have to be. Do you ever wish you were a better father? I think about it for a second. All the time. You can read all the parenting books you want, but nothing will ever prepare you for raising a child. There's so much stuff I regret or wish that I could have done better, but I don't have the answers. I don't know if anyone does.
Hey.
It's funny. I look at you and your relationship with your daughter, and it seems perfect. It isn't. At least you're there for her. I stare out the window at the blur of trees passing by. I just hope I'm a better father to my kid than my dad was to me. What did your dad do? It's more about what he didn't do. He was quiet, stoic. Don't think he ever once told me that he loved me. He cared more about his work than he ever did about me or my mom. Do you hate him? No, I used to, but after I became a parent, I just kind of feel bad for him. He missed out on my whole childhood. When I think about all the happiest moments of my life, they're all with Amanda and Alex, and he just wasn't there. It hurt like hell when I had to leave him to die in that Belarus prison.
Whoa.
What? I turn and smile to him. No, he's retired in Florida with my mom. We go there every Christmas. We both break out into laughter. He pats me on the shoulder. We drive the rest of the way in silence, listening to the radio and watching the bright lights of the city grow bigger. Robert drops me off at my place. As I'm about to close the passenger door, I realize that I still have Robert's pocket knife in my jacket. I pull it out and offer it back to him. You hold on to that. Never know when you might need it. Night, Robert. Have a safe drive home. Robert smirks, then pulls away. He then immediately pulls into his driveway, which is one over from mine. He gets out and waves. I tiptoe into the house, careful not to wake Amanda up. Whoa, where'd you come from? I look around and spot Amanda coming out of the kitchen with a glass of water. I thought you were sleeping. Oh, Robert woke me up to go cryptid hunting.
Yeah.
You know the Mothman is bullshit, right? Stop saying that! Stop saying the Mothman is bullshit! Stop it! Amanda laying... You know what? It's fine. I think about the conversation I had with Robert in the car as Amanda starts walking towards her room. Hey, Amanda? She stops. I love you. It's weird when you say it outright and sincere like that, but I love you too. Night! I chuckle to myself, then finally decide to go to bed. It's rude to ask people about their mysterious hand tattoos. Hopefully it's not a total disaster that I got the black smoke. Another bee? Oh, God, I'm not doing great. So I'm going to leave it there. I wanted to thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you enjoyed that video, please leave it on the like below. If you would like to see more of my content, please subscribe. And if there's any games you'd like to see me play, please leave it in a comment below. Please remember that you are valid, I care about you, and I can't wait to hang out with you in the next game. Bye-bye!